Hey folks, Keough here with a new training video for you. It's been a few days since I've done one of these, so I want to get back to compiling some of the footage that I have from the last several days of training. You're going to see first a little bit of footage, one clip from my last session of box squatting. I ran 4 box squat sessions, and this was the last of those sessions. The first 2 were done with reverse bands, the second 2 were done with no accommodating assistance, and for this day I just worked up to a max or a near max single. That ended up being 420 because I felt like at 420 it was difficult enough where at that point it wasn't really worth taking a heavier single. Felt really good taking 375. But as good as 375 felt, 420 felt that bad. I really just fell out of position pretty badly, corkscrewed a lot more than I would have liked, and just didn't really feel in control of it. And so I ended up calling it there, but that was, I guess, a decent PR for me on the box squat. I hadn't done it in so long that I kind of just set personal best by default because, again, it had been so long. But was able to train it for a couple of weeks, and now my sacrum, my pelvic region feels much better. It doesn't really feel nearly as stiff as it did before. Part of that also is because the frequency of my deadlifting has gone down, so I've been able to give it some time to rest. And after that, I went in and did my first back squat session. I actually completed that 2 days ago, and so you're seeing footage from that here. I decided that I would work up to a moderately heavy 5-rep set. I really didn't know what exactly to do or how exactly to program my squat because I didn't know where it would be after having not back squatted in about 3 weeks. And so what I decided to do is I decided to just go in, run a very simple protocol working up to a moderately difficult 5-rep set, and from that I decided that I would do sort of an evaluation. So it was almost like not necessarily a test day in the sense that I was testing my max, but I was trying to get a feel for where my squat stood and how I should approach the programming. Ended up working up to 375 for 5, which is about on par with the sorts of numbers I've been hitting on the squat this training cycle. It didn't feel, frankly, very strong. I felt like the time away definitely had some sort of an impact, but I was pretty happy with the bar speed, and I was pretty happy with my performance. It at the very least wasn't a bad day, and the numbers, again, were comparable to what I was doing before. Most importantly, I felt good doing it, so I didn't physically feel like I was really achy. That wasn't hindering me. I feel pretty weak at this point coming out of the hole because it has been a few weeks since I box squatted without that boxed parallel. And so what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up doing some sort of squat variation as a secondary movement and as a primary movement on some of my sessions that will really help me develop some strength out of the hole. So in the past I've had some good success with running a paused beltless squat cycle. I'm going to run one of those again. I am also going to be back squatting, doing regular back squatting with the belt in addition to that, so I'm going to be alternating between the two, but I'm going to make that a focus for this upcoming mesocycle. This all means that I'm probably not going to test on my birthday. Frankly, I just don't feel like I'm in a position to do it. Maybe I'd be able to hit 440 then, but I really don't want to chance it. There's a chance that everything will start feeling really good really fast, but I don't want to mess around with it and miss a rep, so I'll probably push that back and run an actual real mesocycle before I think about taking that single. This was bench pressing from yesterday, 5 sets of 8, 245, linear progression. This is the 3rd week. I'm working through the 2nd session of the 3rd week here. Feel really good. The bar speed is getting better every week. The first week, 235 for 8, was maybe not a struggle, but it felt about on par with this. This felt better than last week, which was 240 for 8, which I was really struggling with towards the end. So I just feel better. I feel like my bench is starting to click and my bar speed is starting to come back. And that's really exciting because right now it feels like everything's coming together pretty nicely in my training. Keep checking in. I'll have more videos for you very soon.